Hey, in about 12 minutes, I'm going to save you years of trying to figure out what your purpose actually is. So that way you can upgrade your life and move forward with being more clear than you've ever been. Now, I need you to stick with me to the end because I'm going to help you see what your purpose actually is and how to actually spot it in your life right now. So that way you can actually stop overthinking and finally build a business that fits who you really are. Now, I know that's something that you want. So let me help you out. Let me help you. And so, just being real with you, I used to be that person. Like, I used to always wonder what my purpose is and how I can find my purpose and this and that and third. Like, I was praying about my purpose. I was watching everybody walk in their purpose. But I was sitting up here asking God, I was like, what am I even supposed to be doing? Like, I don't know what my purpose is. And the truth was, I wasn't stuck because I didn't have my purpose. It was because I didn't even recognize the purpose that I already had. Like it was already in me. Right. And so the more that I actually moved, I got more clear on what my purpose is. And so here's a few things that I had to think about in terms of how I actually found my purpose. Right. Now, key point number one is clarity on what your purpose is. It don't come before you actually start moving. Like, think about it. You can't steer a parked car. You can't drive a parked car. Like the moment you actually start moving, that's when you start getting directions. The directions actually become available, especially when you're using a GPS. So most people get stuck because they keep waiting on the green light that doesn't come until you actually go. You waiting on the green light when you stuck at a stop sign. Right. And so like when you start moving, your action starts giving you more clarity on where you need to be and what your purpose actually is. You can't sit still and think, "Oh, I'm gonna just wait on God to tell me what my purpose is," but you're never going to get your purpose if you keep doing that. Being patient is not sitting there waiting. Is what are you doing while you're waiting? Like you won't feel ready, but you gotta think about it and you gotta move into places where you don't even feel comfortable. Try different things because you won't even know what you're good at if you don't try, if you don't move. And so there was another thing that popped up was purpose is in order to find your purpose, it actually shows up in your patterns. Like the repetition of the things that you already do, that's where your purpose lies. So what feels natural to you might be the exact thing that somebody else is praying for. Like we have to be a solution to somebody's problems. So think about the things that you're already good at. Don't ignore the things that you find easily because you may ignore it because it's familiar. It's something that you do naturally and you don't even think about. Man, your purpose could be so simple, but we overthink it as if it was something completely outlandish, right? So look at the things that keep showing up in your life. Like, think about it. The people, their questions, their frustrations, things that you actually solve for other people. What are those things? Right? When you understand the problems that you solve, that's where you actually find your purpose. Right? What do folks keep asking you about over and over and over? Hey, I need help with this. I need help with that. That's where your purpose actually starts. Like you could be a problem solver in this area, but now let's sit back and think about it now. The answer isn't in like another program or another podcast, it's in the things that you do consistently. So stop underestimating the things that you do on a normal basis. Right? Stop thinking just because it's so basic that somebody won't find value in it. Like you cannot devalue the small things because that can be the very thing that somebody feels as if it's a whole mountain in their life. What feels small to you is not small to somebody else. And so, like somebody asked me the other day, it was like, Marion, how do I even know what I'm good at? Like, how do I know what I'm good at is even a part of my purpose? And I had to sit back and I had to think about it. I was like, that's a good question, first off, because what you're good at in one season may be the purpose for that season. But what you're good at now could be something, could be your purpose in that other season, right? In your new season, your current season, it could be totally different from the last one. But I was like, they said, how do I even trust that, the things that I'm good at isn't just random? And so I was just like, if it keeps showing up, if there's a problem that you constantly solve, if people keep like coming to you with it and it comes natural to you, it doesn't feel like a burden. That's what your purpose is. Like it solves real problems. That like when it's not random and you start seeing patterns over and over and over, these are the typical questions that people ask me. That might just be your purpose. Like when you tap into it, how do people respond? Like how do people respond to you actually solving their problems? Like you've just been too familiar with it to see how powerful that purpose actually is. And I sat back and I realized I had to create something because I know this question was going to come back over and over. So that's why I created a free training. And if you guys want that free training, just comment down below launch and I'll give you the link so that way you can take that short training and apply it to the things that you already have so you could discover who you are and who you serve and the things that you can actually walk in your purpose with. So comment launch down below and I'll send that straight to you. Now, here's the part that I told you I'd share, right? Most people think you have to find your purpose like it's hiding somewhere. But the truth is, purpose is not something you find, it's something you become. And it becomes clear the more you pay attention to it and pay attention to what's already in you and what's already working for you. Like when you start moving and you start becoming more, that's when you get more clear on what your purpose actually is. Now, I gotta say this, your purpose is tied to you actually helping people, not like a title or a status or anything like that. If your purpose only benefits you, it's not purpose. It's just a performance. But if it serves others, that's when you know you're walking in your actual purpose. People are so self-centered to the point that they don't walk in purpose, they just walk in performance. And then they wonder why life isn't as good as they thought it would be. Because purpose without people, that's just like a self-promotion. Like you grow when you start helping other people grow. Like I found more fulfillment in my life when I started helping other people with their problems. So that's why I started becoming a coach, is because the very thing that I was already doing, I just didn't have a definition for it. A coach, that's who I was, right? And based off of my experience of being an entrepreneur for 7 and 8 years, learning the loopholes and all the mistakes that I had to make, guess what? I help other people avoid those same things. Right. And here's the thing, your revenue, your money, it follows relevance. And relevance follows how you actually serve. So you don't find your lane by being or looking impressive and try to look good for the gram. You find it by actually giving value and being useful to somebody else, solving other people's problems. Now, lastly, your purpose is something that's actually created in private. Like the work that you do in the dark is what prepares you for what you'll actually walk into in the light and what you'll carry in the light. Like a lot of people say, "Man, I'm not even out there yet." Maybe God is just refining you before you actually get out there so that way you won't stumble over the blessing that he's trying to give you. People try to rush to this place um of success, but they're not ready for it. Like the quiet season is not punishment, it's just preparation. God develops you in the private before he actually releases you into the public. So that way when you step outside, you standing 10 toes down. You already know that you're equipped to handle everything that's coming your way. So don't waste the season that nobody actually sees. That's where you actually have room to actually grow and make mistakes and do all the things. Like when if you don't know how to actually steward two people, you won't be ready for 2,000 or 220,000 or 200,000, right? Do good with the things that you already have so that way you can truly walk in your purpose. What you do with a little, you gonna do with a lot. So if you fumble over the little, you gonna fumble over the larger amount of people, right? So like you don't have to go and find your purpose. It's already inside of you. You just need to recognize what's already in your hands and what you're good at and the patterns that are aligned to where you are. You got to move with it. You got to serve people. And then you got to stop waiting for someone else to actually validate the things that God has already confirmed in you, the things and the gifts that He's already given you. Like you're not called to be a performer. You were called to build something. You were called to become someone, and your purpose is unlocked in that process. And remember, if you want the free training so that way you can actually walk in that purpose even further as an entrepreneur, comment launch down below and I'll send you the link, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.